Is it time to buy or sell SPDR S&P 500 ETF? In this video, we will explore SPDR S&P 500 ETF in depth. Our initial report was published on our website on Friday, the 29th of August, 2025, and we are here to provide you with an even more detailed analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest analysis. You won't want to miss any crucial updates that could impact your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Tap into the power of AI and receive free price predictions and deep analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as financial advice. Since the 27th of May, 2025, our system has ranked the SPDR S&P 500 ETF as a hold accumulate, giving it a score of 0.79. Now, let's examine the ETF's performance during this time frame. Throughout this period, the ETF has exceeded our expectations, achieving a gain of 9.12% since we initially recommended purchasing the SPDR S&P 500 ETF 67 days ago. This results in an average return of 0.14% per day since it was classified as hold accumulate. The exchange-traded fund is currently positioned within a narrow and weak upward trend in the short term, indicating that further growth within this trend is anticipated. The present 3-month trend suggests a potential change of approximately 9.42% over the upcoming 3 months, with possible returns ranging between 8.20% and 10.54%. When we examine the longer term, our 12-month analysis forecasts a projected change of 7.76%. According to our calculations, the stock's performance could vary from negative 13.96% to positive 8.44% over the next year. In current terms, this would place the future price within a range of $555.03 to $699.47. Our latest daily update for SPDR S&P 500 ETF includes the headline, Evaluation of SPDR S&P 500 ETF downgraded after the last trading session. The SPDR S&P 500 ETF price decreased by approximately 0.596% on the last day, which was Friday, the 29th of August, 2025. The price fell from $648.92 to $645.05. During the last trading session, the ETF fluctuated 0.731%, reaching a low of $643.14 and a high of $647.84. While the prices declined in 6 of the last 10 days, it has risen by 0.25% over the past 2 weeks. Additionally, trading volume increased on the last day by 9 million shares. Although this occurred alongside falling prices, which may signal an early warning, slightly elevating the risk over the next few days. In total, 66 million shares were traded, amounting to approximately $42.88 billion. Over the past 52 weeks, the highest price of the ETF was $649.48, while the lowest price was $481.80. Currently, the price is 0.68%, or $4.43, below the 52-week high of $649.48, which also marks the all-time high for the ETF. On Friday, the action in the S&P 500 ETF, SPY, was influenced by a tug-of-war between strong growth data and persistent inflation. Earlier, an upward revision in gross domestic product propelled the index to new records. However, a core personal consumption expenditures print that aligned with elevated expectations reignited inflation concerns, ending a 3-week winning streak and pushing futures lower before a partial recovery. Sector rotation revealed gains in cyclical sectors, particularly chemicals and semiconductors, while larger technology stocks struggled, resulting in mixed internal dynamics within SPY. Monthly moving average assessments also emphasized crucial technical levels that traders are monitoring for confirmation of momentum. In the short term, SPY remains sensitive to incoming inflation data and messages from the Federal Reserve. An inline personal consumption expenditures figure that still indicates core inflation near 2.9% could maintain elevated volatility and restrict upside potential until the odds of rate cuts become more solid. Conversely, A hotter-than-expected figure would likely limit gains and shift flows toward defensive stocks and volatility hedges, while a softer reading could reignite a risk-on sentiment. Over the longer term, sustained rate cuts would support higher equity multiples and be beneficial for SPY. However, ongoing inflation or slower growth could compress valuations and favor sector dispersion, making stock selection within the S&P 500 increasingly important, even for passive investors. The following signals have been identified for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF. The SPDR S&P 500 ETF holds buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, indicating a positive forecast for the ETF. Additionally, there is a general buy signal based on the relationship between these two indicators, with the short-term average positioned above the long-term average. During downward corrections, support is expected at the levels of $644.16 and $635.83. A decline below either of these levels will trigger sell signals. Furthermore, a buy signal has emerged from the 3-month moving average convergence divergence, or MACD. However, some negative signals have also been issued, which may influence the near-term outlook. A sell signal was generated from a pivot top point on Thursday, August 28, 2025, and since then, it has experienced a decline of 0.596%. Further decline is anticipated until a new bottom pivot is established. Additionally, volume increased alongside falling prices yesterday, which could serve as an early warning, suggesting that the ETF should be monitored more closely. Here are some other signals you might find interesting. Moving average convergence divergence, buy signal, pivots, sell signal from 2 days ago, Bollinger, buy signal from 12 days ago, short-term moving average, buy signal from 7 days ago. If we look at the 12-month chart, we see short moving average, sell signal from 8 days ago, the long-term moving average, buy signal from 78 days ago, the relationship between the short and the long moving averages, buy signal from 67 days ago. Remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us if you want to find more signals. Support, risk, and stop loss for SPDR S&P 500 ETF. The SPDR S&P 500 finds support from accumulated volume at $632.08. This level may present a buying opportunity, as an upward reaction is expected when this support is tested. Generally, this ETF exhibits controlled movements, and with strong liquidity, the associated risk is considered very low. Over the last day, the ETF experienced a movement of $4.70 between its high and low points, which equates to 0.731%. In the past week, the ETF has shown a daily average volatility of 0.579%. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF. In the event of an upward trend, the first resistance level for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF is at $645.16. If you do not own any shares, you may want to wait for this level to be surpassed before entering a position. For those already holding the ETF, this could be a level worth considering for swing trading. On the downside, the SPDR S&P 500 ETF encounters its first support level at $632.08. If this support level holds, it could present a good entry point, anticipating a rebound. Our recommended stop loss is set at $625.66, representing a decline of 3.01%. This exchange-traded fund exhibits very low daily movements, resulting in minimal risk. A sell signal has been generated from a pivot top identified 1 day ago. Is the SPDR S&P 500 ETF a good buy? The SPDR S&P 500 holds several positive signals, but we still do not find these sufficient for it to be considered a buy candidate. At the current level, it should be regarded as a hold candidate, meaning investors should either hold or accumulate shares while waiting for further developments. Due to some minor weaknesses in the technical picture, we have downgraded our analysis conclusion for this ETF since the last evaluation from a strong buy to a hold candidate. After analyzing the volatility and movements from the last trading day, our systems indicate that the current price is undervalued. For trading on Tuesday, the 2nd of September, we expect the SPDR S&P 500 ETF to open higher by nearly 30 cents and start trading at $645.34. we remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money and that you should consult with a financial advisor before buying or selling any securities. You should not base your investment decisions on StockInvest.us. By utilizing this information, you accept responsibility for your own investment choices. This is our current view of the exchange-traded fund. Do you agree or disagree? Please comment below and share your thoughts. What is your target for the exchange-traded fund? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a wonderful day from all of us here at Stock Invest.